Hey everyone, today we'll be focusing on our C++ basic course, and today we will be focusing on the following lesson, and without any further hesitation, let's get started. And now we're going to be focusing on strings. So, when we are going back up on our notes, what we need to do is that figuring out what strings are. Strings, as stated with what we've already done and focused on for characters, strings are just a compository of characters in particular, and they can be used as a series of combinations that we have. If we were to go back on our characters notes, for instance, if we have the string of 100, we notice that they are individual characters all compiled together to output our following fundamental data type. And for strings, as stated before, they are a sequence of characters and they can be used greatly for names or different modes of combinations. There's also a principle called concatenation as well whenever we're adding up strings together or finding out different names or different subsets of various strings as well. Strings by memory have a starting memory of 24 bytes in total and are subject to the size of the string, which means that with 24 bytes, and depending on how long the string is, there are going to be 1 additional bytes or 8 bits compiled together that will still be added on depending on the complexity of our given string. And now that we have already focused on what strings are and defined them, now let's start creating our string function. So going down, after we have developed our character function as well, the string function is going to be, we're going to start with string, and we're going to create full name. In this example, we're just going to be having a full name. So in our parameter, we're going to have string first name and then string last name because we need to declare exactly what we need to put inside for our parameters as well. And then we are just going to simply return first name plus this following space that we'll have over here plus last name as well. And here we will return the full name, and all we're doing for string function is that we are going to be concatenating first and last names as well. Now going back all the way down from what we've already built, now for our string function, it's really simple. We're just going to do the same thing that we have already been doing before. We're going to first declare inside of our main function that we have already have over here is that our string is just going to be string first name. You can name it whatever. First name main, and then last name. Just to declare, and then cout. Enter your first name, and then cin. Be first name, then cout. Enter last name. And then cin. Make sure as well that you're calling in the right ones. So we're calling upon what we need to. And then what we'll do is that we're going to declare our function that we're going to call. We're just going to name string our full name. It's going to be equal to the function we have already declared up here. When we create our full name, and we need 2 parameters on the inside, what we're going to be doing, going back all the way down, we're going to have string first name, and we're going to put it right here, and string last name, main, just to distinguish over what function that we're in. And then last name main, going to put this right here. Make sure you have your statement terminators as well. And then cout over here. Your full name is our full name over here. And then finally /n/n. So I'm going to build this out, build succeeded as well. And in fact, instead of going through all of our following functions we have, I'm going to introduce you folks to a really cool trick. So going down, all we need to do is that we just need to create a multi-line comment. So I'm going to press enter over here, just create a space, /n over here. Notice how we're able to comment out the rest. And all I got to do is just make an asterisk right here, then a slash. And look at that. we're able to comment out all the rest of the code instead of having all this mode of redundancy. Redundancy is one of the flaws in just software engineering in general. Whenever repeating code and going through each of the steps, we want to have code that is efficient in terms of time for it to build, compile, and be able to output what we need, because we just need to focus on this function over here instead of going through every single one whenever we are declaring inside of our main function, because it's going through each of the following steps that we have. So let me show you this magic trick. All we need to do is that we just need to create our name. So I am going to just delete everything, and then we're going to build succeeded, and now we're just going to run this. So you can press play. On Mac it's Command R, and look at that, it goes into this type of it goes into this block that we have already created inside of our main function, and we don't need to worry about the other steps of what we've already created for strings. So now we got to focus on entering our first name. So our first name could be right here, Gunnar. Enter your last name, Nelson. Your full name is Gunnar Nelson. Look at that. It calls upon the function over here, and the program ended with exit code 0, because we don't have to go through each of the following steps that we have to be able to make this more efficient. But for the sake of the notes and for the sake of the original file, I'm going to be putting this inside the GitHub repository in the link in the description, so you folks can be able to download it and be able to play around and know exactly what to do when it comes to outputting your own following code. And so yes, this was dealing with strings. Now let's head over and focus on our next series, which will be focusing on different functions. We'll be focusing on Booleans, and then we will also be focusing on void functions as well. And so yes, let's continue there. Hey everyone, thank you very much for taking time to watch this video. If you found this video helpful, be sure to feel free and please like and subscribe. And if you have any other questions as well, feel free to put it in the comments section. And as always, take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.